Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope your day is doing very, very fine. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. There is a lot going on with this case. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not kidding. Every time I've wanted to do this story or cover this case, something pops up and takes me away from being able to cover this. I'm telling you right now. Also, there have been so many press conferences as of late that honestly, I'm just trying to do as much as I can to catch up. So every time that there's a press conference, I'm like, damn, I can't talk about it right now. I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait and see if there's something popped off, right? And apparently there's going to be another press conference here very, very soon in the next couple hours. I will be sure to watch it with you guys, okay? I'm going to try to squeeze it into my very, very hectic and busy schedule today. But there's a lot going on here, and there is a man on the loose. I said it. There's a monster on the loose. This is not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Okay, this is Venom, y'all. Well, he's an anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? He bad. Okay? He bad. He's Carnage. Just without the outfit or the stuff. If you know what I'm talking about. And if Carnage works, I don't know. But Carnage is a bad guy in Spider-Man. Never mind. I digress. Do me a favor, guys. Please do me a favor. Little housekeeping. Hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. Crush it. Make it scream out your doggone name. And of course, do not forget, and if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to hit that reaction button down below. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook, crush that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook as well, and you're new to the show, crush that follow button as well. Okay? Because we are live over there too. Okay? That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. And, the family has been growing as of late, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I appreciate all y'all's support and love and care and your ears to listen to the stuff that's going on and the things that I've been talking about as of late. One thing I do want to say, though, really quick, and I don't have this up. I need to pull this up so that you guys can see this. But I do want to share with you guys an interview that I had recently or yesterday, and it's really important that y'all go and check out this interview, this conversation that I had recently with Carly Cardenas. Her family came in, her sister and her aunt came on. I'm just going to show you guys the actual video itself right quick. So here it is. I wanted to share this with you guys because, one, this is a story. This is a case that needs a little bit more light under the sun. So I'm asking you guys to please go share, hear the conversation, hear the information if you're in the Glendale, Arizona area, or if you're in the Arizona area or in the tri-state area of surrounding Arizona, please be sure to share this, okay? That would really, really mean the world to me, and this would really mean the world, more importantly, to the family, because they blessed me and they blessed the people who watched it earlier with their time to give us the much needed information about Carly and what they think they think she could be and everything. And I feel that the more this word gets out, the more the conversation gets out, the sooner she can come back home. Whether it is a runaway situation or a missing persons situation, we still need to get her home as soon as possible. So please do me a favor. And of course, I'm not asking for much. just share if you can. I'm going to put the link in the chat on both Facebook and on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. So please go and share, share, share. Bring awareness to this story. She is 14 years old. Okay, guys? She is 14 years old and she needs to come home. Period. Okay? Safe and sound. So, of course, I digress. Of course, we're here for something completely different, but I needed to bring some awareness to that because that is important too. So here's the thing, guys. You guys are all filing in because of this story, because of this guy, this mother lover right here, Danelo Cavalcante. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Cavalcante, okay? Danelo, Spider-Man, Carnage. Let's just say that. Okay, I've been hearing a lot of people calling him like little snap pea. Okay, little snappy. All right. But this piece of work, who has been convicted of some serious of some serious crimes, okay, of M, because you know we got to use these code words, unfortunately. He kicked rocks from the prison that he was jailed up in or locked up in. And now he's out on the lam kicking rocks in these wilderness streets. Pretty crazy, okay? Pretty darn crazy. Now, there's been a lot of developing information out here. There's been like a nonstop live stream of law enforcement doing everything they can to find this monster, this convicted monster, by the way. And what he did is unbelievable. What he did and what he was convicted of, how he got convicted, is unthinkable, y'all. Absolutely unthinkable. No person should lose their life in this fashion, okay? But he obviously did something very, very bad, and he took the life of his children's mother, attacking her over 30 times, if I'm correct. It's been absolutely insane. And now this same dude that has the audacity and has that type of violence in his DNA, in which he's willing to take the mother of his children off this planet, is actually out here in these streets, in these wilderness streets, breaking into people's homes, taking things, getting stuff to find any type of food, sustenance, whatnot, just so he can keep surviving out here in these wilderness streets. It's been crazy. All right. Oh, they weren't his children. Then that's my misunderstanding. I apologize. Precy, thank you so much for that correction. Okay. But still, took the woman off this planet, no matter what, in this fashion. It's absolutely insane. So we got to look into this, and this is crazy. And don't worry, I'm going to put his face back up here again, because until we hear from law enforcement, which is going to be around about 2 o'clock or so Central Standard Time, all right, they still haven't found him. And the other thing too is they've had multiple press conferences, which I really do appreciate. I really do appreciate it. I know some of y'all like, oh, I'd rather have a press conference when they got something. But you got to remember, there are people out here in these streets living their lives while this monster is running around. Let's not forget that. Okay? And Carlette Jones on Facebook, absolutely. Find him before he does something unthinkable to somebody else. Absolutely. Okay? B12 just said they called in 4 Black Hawks to help the search. That's crazy as well. Okay? Wait, hold on. Mrs. and Mr. Sealer, you guys always have something interesting to say. Funny enough, Bam Margera escaped in these same woods, but got too tired and turned himself in. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's Bam Margera. Okay. He's not the most sober of people, so I'm sure he got really tired very, very fast. Okay. But this is crazy. Okay. And I'm going to read some more of you guys' comments and whatnot because it's all important stuff. Okay. But wait a second. One second. Let me make sure. Because of course. And of course, there's been sightings of this individual. 911 calls have been made over and over and over again of them saying, hey, we see this guy, or they believe they saw this guy, so on and so forth. I mean, there's been crazy amounts of sightings and phone calls that have been made. Now, one thing though, that's the one thing I forgot to grab for you guys, which I'm going to get right now, is the actual video in which how he escaped. Like I said, I keep calling him Spider-Man, but again, it's pretty insane how he was able to scale walls, okay? Which we are going to look at here in just a second. But one thing I know that because I'm new to this story still too, okay? People have been asking me, sending me emails, DMs, etc., and I appreciate all the support and all the requests to cover this story. So I'm gonna cover it with you guys. So if you guys are already been known this stuff, I apologize. Okay, but I tried to find something that was the best I could get, the closest to an explanation of everything of what we know so far, leading up to where we are right now today. Okay, so if this is like, oh, bruh, you don't need to give me a trip down memory lane, lo siento. Okay, and deal with it, because even for me, this is still very, very brand new. Let's take a look at this, guys. Okay, what we know about the search for escaped Pennsylvania inmate Danelo Cavalcante. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Okay, so a convicted monster. Again, let's remember, this monster has been convicted. And I want to show you guys this too. Just really quick. We are going to look at the video itself, but you can see this is him about to scale a wall in the most ninja of ways. Okay? In the most ninja of ways. But anyway, again, this convicted monster who prompted a massive manhunt in Pennsylvania made a brazen escape from a jail yard outside Philadelphia by scaling a wall sideways, climbing over a razor wire, and jumping from a roof, authorities said on Wednesday. What's that game, that show that people are watching now? It's kind of like American Gladiators, but not really, where they compete and they're like jumping through things and on the monkey bars, and you know what I'm saying? What's that? American Ninja? Is that what it's called? I feel like he should have been, like a pastime. He probably was trying to compete for that ish, because how does he know he can do that? Ninja Warrior. Thank you, Steelers. I appreciate that. Exactly. Ninja Warrior, guys. Yes. It's kind of like that, right? Like, damn, how did he know he could do that? That's the other thing too. Does he practice? Was he practicing before this? How did he know he could do that? That's crazy. And he was gone within seconds too, by the way, guys. But let's continue. He climbed over razor wire and jumped from a roof again. Now, this 34-year-old who took the life of his ex-girlfriend escaped from the Chester County prison last Thursday, sparking a massive manhunt and stressing communities in eastern Pennsylvania. This is what does the video show. I'm going to show the video in a second, but this says here, police released the security video during a news conference yesterday, okay, as the manhunt stretched into its 7th day. Cavalcante, this monster, is seen standing in the jail yard passageway, checking his surroundings before he places his hands on the wall, then walks his feet up backwards, so he begins moving perpendicularly. Try to say that 15,000 times fast. After 7 seconds, He disappears out of the camera's view. One thing I do want to know, okay? He disappeared out of the camera's view within seconds. No one saw this? No one saw this. Real talk, no one saw this. Let me show you guys the video. Let's take a look at the video. Obviously, there's no sound, but bloop. And just like that, him gone. Him gone. He gone. He's gone, y'all. Now, okay, one other thing I do want to point out. Notice his back. Notice like what's strapped around his back. Like right around his waist. What could be, hold on. What could be packed there? But I'm wondering, how was he able to just scale like that so quickly? And obviously he had a lookout. And that's the interesting thing too. You know, if he's like, yo, man, I'm planning an escape. And his boy, which is right, the shirtless dude in the bottom right-hand corner is sitting there going, I bet. Like, why is this dude willing to be his lookout? Why wouldn't he just say, yo, why wouldn't he say like, yo, I'm coming with? You know what I'm saying? You'd think, unless this guy's smarter than that, because he knows like, nah, bruh, I'm not doing that. I'll look out for you, but I'm not adding more time onto my sentence if I get caught. And you will get caught. You realize, guys, at the end of the day here, Danelo's life may be shortened here when he gets found, or he spends more time in prison, in an even worse type of prison. Think about it. So he's willing to risk it all for what reason? Like like I said, there's something that I keep thinking in my mind. Why? What makes you want to escape when you know for a fact there ain't you in Pennsylvania? All right. There ain't no way you're going to be able to cross the border in Canada or in Mexico. Okay, there is no way, and it's Canada, I know. Okay, but like I said, it's going to be very impossible for you to sit there and go, I'm going to Mexico. You in Pennsylvania, baby. How are you going to get all the way down there without getting caught when everybody and their mama knows who you are and what you look like? I'm just asking. This is the stupidest thing that any prisoner could ever do, unless you have a wish of demise. Period. You know, Rabbit just said this, and that's true. Life without parole, nothing to lose. I mean, that's just dumb, though. If he gets caught, you know for a fact he's like, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going back. It's crazy. Rianne, he should have been in a maximum security prison. Period. Yeah, I agree. Craig and them said, true, bro. This guy has no plan. No, he doesn't. He said, I'm going to get out here. He got out and he's like, oh, damn, I got out. Now what? Well, we're going to go out in these woods. Then now what? Okay. We're going to steal some things from people's homes. Some peaches and apples and snap peas. Maybe a hoodie or two. Now what? Well, when you got everybody and their mama looking for you, I'm just saying it's just dumb. I get it. They're not thinking about these things at that moment. They're just thinking about getting free. I just want freedom, freedom air. I just want to breathe in the freedom air one more time. I get it. But at the same time, this guy is not coming back alive. I'm just saying it right now. Okay? He's not coming back alive. And if he does, I'll be shocked. I'll be like, wow, okay. Look at God. But nah, I don't think he's going to be. Nah. Trishelle, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really super sticker. I do appreciate it. And again, Trishelle, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. As an ex-CO, the fact he got out on camera is crazy. Thank you. Exactly, Trishelle. Now, there's some other questions I got here. Did he pay off? Did he pay off somebody who was watching? A correctional officer that was there. Did he pay off somebody with like ramen noodles and packs of cigarettes? I'm just curious, because for him to be able to successfully do this is pretty it's pretty mind-blowing. I'll just put that on repeat. How does one do this without getting caught? Let's see. They said 7 seconds. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit less than. I mean, if you count from the moment he puts his feet on the wall, right? The moment he puts his feet on the wall, it's and you're telling me they missed this? They miss this. Of all the other things that they don't miss, a quick shank or like a fight that goes on, a brawl that happens, right? In the mess in the cafeteria or outside when they're getting their time in the sun. You're telling me they just didn't see this? Oh. Okay, back at it. Really? It doesn't make sense, y'all. But this dude be Spider-Man. I mean, this is some pretty incredible stuff. And then on top of it, unless he used whatever was wrapped around his waist, he used that to climb over. He used to climb over the razor wire, right? Maybe that's what he used to drape over it, right? Maybe, but still, this piece just doesn't make sense. It seems like there's a little bit of an inside job here, but of course, I'm not trying to be all, that's just a theory, but at the same time, it just seems so strange. Okay. Let's continue on here. And I appreciate everybody being here. It really does mean a lot. And I got a couple news clips from news, to talk about this as well. Because like I said, this is still kind of a brand new piece for me, but still, this is just crazy. Okay. Karen just said this on Facebook. I used to crab walk when I was young. Look at where he's at. It's in the shade and a somewhat blind spot. In my honest opinion, the warden is hiding something. See, that's the thing too. Let's not forget this too, guys. Okay? Let's not forget this too. Yes, I remember doing that kind of stuff when I was a kid. I'm surprised he could still do it. But if there's a will, there's a way. And if you're focused on trying to get freedom, you're going to do everything you can, right? But look at where he's at. He's in a shade. He's in the shade in somewhat a blind spot. It's not really a blind spot if you got CO, you got officers, security, whatever, watching those cameras. If they're doing their job, it's kind of hard to You'd see that. You're looking around, maybe you got a bunch of cameras in front of, a couple screens in front of you. And if you saw something weird go, I feel like it would be kind of hard to miss that. If you're doing your job, that is. Okay. And I mean no disrespect to anybody, but at the same time, I feel like there's a little bit more that could have been added in. I feel like something's not right here. Okay. Preezy just said he's 5 foot tall. So he's short. Maybe the cops should check their shoes. They might have stepped on him. I'm done. Yeah. He's short. He's a short dude. That's why he's able to do those kind of gymnastics, right? He's a CrossFitter. But moving on. All right. So you're standing in the jail yard, passageway, checking his surroundings. We already said all this. So Howard Holland, the acting warden of the Chester County prison, said the prison was fully staffed at the time of this man's escape. But the breakout wasn't detected for over an hour during an inmate count at the conclusion of an exercise period. The tower guard, who had been on duty at the time, was put on leave as part of the investigation because he's probably part of it, man. Because he's probably part of it. All right. The route was the same one another prisoner used to escape and see now. Route was the same that another prisoner used to escape in May. Do you see what I'm saying? This has happened before. And so this was a popular route. I'm wondering, was it on an app? Prisonbreaks.com? Was it on his favorite Strava app? I used this route to get out. Took me less than 7 seconds. See if you can do it faster, right? Pretty insane. So they done this before. They've had this issue before. Wouldn't they, like, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they tighten up security on that situation? Think about that for a second. It's happened before. So wouldn't you right those wrongs as quickly as you can? Like, oopsie daisy. One of them slipped out, right? Can't let that happen anymore. Learn from the mistakes. Because this other prisoner exposed a weakness within the security. Showed that there was a glitch. And yet still, a few months later, you got Danelo scaling the wall like he's Spider-Man 2. That's insane. But okay. So, moving on. Holland said the prison had needed razor wire, or has added razor wire to the area after a consultant reviewed the details of the first escape. That's not enough. That's not enough. So why would you sit there and think that that's going to be enough? Like, y'all, come on, man. This is stupid. We going to just put some barbed wire on. It's going to be it's going to be problem free. Everything's going to be fine. We're just going to slap on some razor wire, and then these doggone varmints aren't going to be able to escape, not once, not never. And guess what? Another one did. It's trash. Gamer Lover just said, this is a mess. Yeah, it's a mess. It's terrible. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Can't Well, you can't fool me again, right? Moving on. It's so stupid. What? Whoa, no, sorry. There's more to this. Oh my Lord. What was perhaps overlooked? Sorry, it's funny to say. Oh, when it happened it was overlooked. The situation. Okay. What it was perhaps overlooked was the fact that addressing the single point of physical countermeasures should have been bolstered by additional means. We are addressing that. He tried to use so many SAT words in one sentence when he should have said, we done mucked up. We knew we were supposed to do something about it, but because we're lazy, we didn't. Whoops. But we fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Can't fool me again. Right? Oh my God. This guy is a very, very bad man, by the way. And, it's all fun and dandy, cracking jokes on the mistakes that were made by the prison. But in reality, there is a very dangerous man out here in these streets. Okay. And he is, let me show you guys here. He is being seen. Now he's got a little clutch to go on with his wilderness ensemble. Okay. So now he's out here with a bag. He has stolen things from people's homes, like said bag. It's hot summer nights. Okay. So he's running out here shirtless. Maybe he's trying to get his Tarzan on. I don't know. But he obviously looking very fashionable now. I like to call this outdoor chic. All right. But he's here. And no one knows where he is right now. I mean, apparently there's going to be another press conference today. I think it's around 1:30 or 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's what I know. That's what I've heard so far. Don't worry, I will take a look to make sure of the exact time, but there apparently is going to be another press conference. And again, I do appreciate law enforcement keeping us up to date because there's a lot of concerned families. There's a lot of concerned individuals out here that are wanting to know to the minute updates on what's going on here. But so far, they've come up with nothing, y'all. This guy keeps hiding. And I don't know if he has access to a phone. I don't know if he's looking at things online. I don't know if he's watching shows on YouTube that are covering the press conferences and whatnot. But nonetheless, this guy is out here and he's very, very dangerous. This guy's insane. He's loco, okay? And I mean that in the worst kind of way. So they say the manhunt involving hundreds of law enforcement officers, drones, helicopters, and canine units have been expanding since this monster's disappearance. He's been spotted 6 times since his escape, most recently on Tuesday night when he disappeared into the woods behind a residential area. The night before, a trail surveillance camera, they caught him, okay, captured him twice walking through Longwood Gardens, a botanical center located about 3 miles away from the prison. So if this was just a day or two before when he was caught looking like Sasquatch, you feel me? I mean, this was his Sasquatch photo right here, right? If that is one of the photos, he hasn't ventured very far. He hasn't ventured very far from the prison. Now, I'm thinking that he's moved now. By this time, I think he's made some miles, covered some miles. Okay? At that point, he was carrying a duffel bag and a hoodie. And I wish I was out there in the woods being like, oh my gosh, Danelo, love the ensemble. What are you wearing? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? He's like, I don't know, something I found at Kmart and same at Walmart. Just love it. Really brings out your eyes. moving on. Police believe that this monster may have entered the home of Pakokopson. I've never heard of that place before, but he may have entered a home. Okay. So Drummond is the resident of that home. So Drummond, who said his wife and kids are trying to balance a busy life of work and school, said his home's French doors had broken a lock or had a broken lock, and that this monster may have overheard a conversation about that lock as the family was checking doors that evening. The intruder left with a peach, an apple, and maybe a few snap peas. I just pronounce it as popcorn. Yeah, I was like pop 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 Pacopson. Okay, popcorn. So, but that's interesting too. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but there was a TikTok, like a TikToker that did a video where she's like, "There's a man living underneath my house." And she showed the whole thing where this man was literally covered in soot, dirt, grime, and he had been living underneath her family's home for a considerable amount of time. So there could be a possibility. Obviously, I don't know what Mr. Drummond's home looks like. I don't know if they have that type of situation, right? Where someone could slip underneath the house and live underneath the floor, like underneath the floorboards of the house, literally. But this Drummond is basically saying that, yeah, he may have heard our conversation about this broken lock, knew that he could use the French doors to get access into the house and get a peach and apple and some snap peas. It's scary. Yeah. And yeah, Debbie, yeah, you saw that on TikTok. I mean, it was a huge viral video. And it wasn't like some stunt, because, you know, there's a lot of stunts out here. People make a lot of fake news out here. But yeah, he really was living underneath that house. So what is the possibility of him actually I hate to put that thought into anybody who lives in any of these surrounding areas, but you never know. He could be hiding out underneath people's homes. Because how would he be able to hear this conversation about broken door locks? How would he know? Hold on. Whoops. Where's my Precy just said the Mushroom Festival is still going to be held. That's just dumb. In my personal opinion, you don't think he's going to go out there and attack people, grab things? And I know it's not the funny mushrooms, but at the same time, I mean, you know, shoot. Okay. But let me get some of these super chats really quick. Rianne, dude did a reverse Spider-Man. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, he did. He said, I'm out this piece. Thank you so much for the super chat. Trishelle, thank you so much for the 2. Had 2 escape max security. Trust me, it happens. Oh, okay, because you are an ex-CO. So you had 2 escape max security. That's pretty crazy. And remember, you know, if there's a will, there's most definitely a way. If there's a will, there's most definitely a way. And I get it that sometimes there's going to be a moment where you, you know, maybe you got to bend down, you know, and tie your shoe, or you guys switch, you know, like switch shifts, right? Or, you know, positions. Maybe one person's in this area watching the area where they're doing the exercise space, and another one's, you know, working a cell block, and they switch spots, right? Maybe during that transition, he can make that move. You know, I don't know. It's just because 7 seconds, yeah, it's short, but at the same time, I feel like no one saw that. It's amazing. I will say that it's amazing. Authorities have sent reverse 911 alert calls to residents as recently as Wednesday, and they are still making residents and they're still asking residents to keep their homes locked and to be on the lookout for missing cars, bicycles, or transportation. A combination of thick brush and scorching temperatures have complicated the search. Excessive heat has rendered thermal cameras unusable and led to the hospitalization of one tactical search dog. Oh, dang. But like I said, it's hot outside. Police are currently focusing on the area surrounding the county prison in those areas about 25 miles west of Philly. Okay? Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Okay? Now, there have been some schools that have been closing their doors due to this situation and all that, but there are still other events, other things, other schools, universities, etc., that are still just keeping the lights on while this man is out here doing God knows what. And you got to remember, we don't know what else he's gotten. Sure, he's gotten a few snap peas, a peach, and an apple. Woo. But he was still able to get a bag. He was still able to get his hands on a hoodie. Who's to say he hasn't been able to get his hands on a sharp object or a weapon that goes bang, right? This is not a very kind-hearted individual. This is a monster that we're talking about. Very, very big monster that we're talking about. I'm going to play some news clips for you guys as well. So we can take a look at this as a fam. Like I said, this is just crazy. And it's still going on. It's been 8 days, I think. Today is day 8. And they still have nothing. I mean, unless they got something, which we will find out in about 2.5 hours from now. But still pretty crazy. Okay. And I know somebody said they sent something to me on X. So let me see. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Sorry. I'll take a look at that. But first, let me share this with you guys. Let's take a listen to this. Hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear this. And of course, do not forget to hit that like button, to hit that subscribe button. We are on this case for sure. There will be that press conference. I'm going to be doing my best to watch that press conference when it does go down. It should be going down around like 1:30, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. So you will be seeing me watch that and reacting to the madness that's going on. I hope that the update is that they caught his ass. That's what I'm hoping for. But let's continue, guys. All right.
About 20 minutes past the top of the hour. New developments now this morning in that manhunt in Pennsylvania for this guy, an escaped prisoner and convicted murderer. Danelo Cavalcante was spotted again as he eluded law enforcement west of Philadelphia. It's been a week since this cold-blooded killer went on the run. Residents are being told to remain vigilant and to lock up their homes, lock up their cars. Evan Lambert is live in Chester County, Pennsylvania, and it's Danelo Cavalcante. His name, I mean, it's just that picture. We've got to remember what he looks like because somebody might see him on the road there in Philly.
Right, Adrian, and state police officials tell us this morning they believe that their manhunt is wearing down Danelo Cavalcante. And this is what people in this region have been dealing with for a week now. Police activity, roads closed. You can see some of the lights flashing there. There, at some point, people with long guns, police with long guns going through their neighborhoods here. He was last spotted on Tuesday night in this area, which has expanded the search a little bit. But we are also learning more this morning about the escape, the actual escape last week. And we want to show you this incredible video. You've seen snippets of it likely before. This is from the jail. They just released this yesterday, the Chester County Prison. You can see Cavalcante there crab walking, using both of those walls to get up to the roof. Officials say he was also able to get through razor wire. And this was also after another inmate, made the same escape back in May, and they added more barbed wire. The search area, as we've been talking about, expanding because of that additional sighting east of the previous perimeter. It closed schools here for 2 days. Some of those schools opening back up this morning, but a whole region of suburban Philadelphia remains terrified as hundreds of law enforcement officers, police dogs, and technology are used to track down the native of Brazil, who is also wanted for a separate murder there. Surveillance images showing him earlier in the week walking north, then south an hour later. That suggests he does not know the area and may be turned around, officials tell us. Police, though, remaining confident that this guy will slip up.
I'm quite confident that we're wearing him down, regardless of the location, the background that a person comes from. These are hot, humid temperatures. He's not living in shelter, has no regular means of obtaining food other than if he's able to break in someplace or find something, scavenge something. So it's a difficult existence out there for somebody that's trying to do this.
I will say this. Yes, eventually he's gonna get worn out. Let's be real. He is living off of snap peas, an apple, and a pear, or a peach. I'm sorry. If that's all he's gotten. You can't forget he's probably rummaging through people's trash. If there's any not supermarkets, but maybe some fast food joints that are throwing out trash, he could be living off the trash that's in the dumpsters outside of fast food joints as well. Let's not forget. I mean, I'm sure he's thinking about these things, unless I just gave him the idea. Don't do that. Okay. It's bad for your health, but he could be doing that too. You never know, y'all. But eventually he's going to wear out. Eventually he's going to stop. You can only do so much of this. You can only do so much of this and then suddenly just hit a wall. And then and then police actually catch up to him. Okay. And yeah, he gonna stink. He gonna really stink. He's probably reeking to high heaven right now. Okay. Smelling like ass and fear. Okay. That's literally what he smells like, I'm sure. Okay. Smelling like boo-boo and fear. Let's continue. And panic. Let's not forget that too.
That will definitely take its toll.
And prison officials just in the last 24 hours admitting that their extra security after that May escape failed. We can all see that is obvious. They say that they're going to really make a cage over top of that recreational area. There's a $20,000 reward for information leading to Cavalcante's arrest. Adrian?
You know what's interesting to me about the barbed wire? Okay. Somebody already escaped before. Now he did it. But before he escaped, it almost sounds like they're like more cowbell. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, we're just throwing some more barbed wire. It's gonna be fine. And then he still escaped. It's like the laziest thing I've ever heard. Everything's gonna be fine if we just add a little bit more cowbell. Just add some more cowbell, be fine. More barbed wire. Yeah, they won't be smart. They won't muscle through the barbed wire or find a new way. Come on, y'all. It's stupid. It's stupid. More cowbell. More. I can't do Christopher Walken, but you know what I'm saying. Okay? You know exactly what I'm saying. It even went over to Banfield. We got to talk about this. She had some things to say about this too, which, again, is crazy. Okay? Shorty Sasquatch. Yeah. Yeah, Raven. Shouty Sasquatch. You know what I'm saying? He got his little clutch, a hoodie, a Balenciaga. You know what I'm saying? What are you wearing? I love it. We have fun on this show. Let's get into this. Let's take a look at this real quick.
So then we've learned this exclusive detail that you need to know about tonight, his purported troubled mental state. It comes from the victim's family. The victim's family members, whom law enforcement wasted no time in interviewing, What it means about his troubled mental state is that whoever ends up cornering this guy is cornering not only a desperate killer facing life for stabbing the ex-girlfriend, but very likely an irrational, desperate killer. Joining me now is a man who once oversaw the U.S. Marshals who are hunting Cavalcante right now. John Muffler is a former Assistant Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal of the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, now owns a security consulting company. It is great to have you, John. So your guys are on the ground right now. They are the ones that learned about Cavalcante's mental state. Can you walk me from there and how this changes sort of the whole dynamic of the hunt?
Yeah, well, again, thanks for having me back on. And you're absolutely right. So it changes the dynamics because they know, obviously, they're starting off knowing that he is desperate. He is an escaped murderer. He's already been convicted. And that murder was quite violent. And so you have that aspect. And now you have the aspect of learning about his mental instability, which factors into a certain degree of dangerousness or risk that is now exponential. So when confronting someone like that, obviously, you take all of those things into consideration, whether they are armed or not. And we don't know if he is armed at this point. They may know and have not released that. But that's definitely a consideration when coming across someone of that mental status.
So, we're going into day 8 tomorrow. And I'm wondering, I don't know your business and how you strategize day to day. I picture a war room between the marshals, the border guard, the FBI, the local law enforcement, sheriffs, deputies, anybody else who might be involved in all of this, and how you coordinate. How does it change from day, say, 6 to day 7 to day 8 to day 10? Like, what changes and what do you do differently?
Yeah, so Pennsylvania State Police will have a command and control, and everybody that's there, every agency there has leadership involved, and they're communicating facts, information that's coming in, that's being shared across the board. So everybody's on the same page as far as what is known, what are the possibilities, and what may be next. So, the information is there and is being shared, if not, minute by minute or as it comes in.
So we got these, security. Actually, they were just trail cam surveillance pictures from one of the hiking trails outside of the 2-mile perimeter of the prison where everybody thought he was. And it made me wonder, do you all keep these pictures off the news sometimes so you don't alert him potentially as to what you know about him?
Potentially, but I think in this case, it doesn't seem like he has a phone or any access to that unless he has stolen something, but still he'd have to have a passcode to get into that. So I think in this circumstance, that's not as big a concern. I don't believe, from what I understand, nobody from the outside is communicating to him. He is solely on his own, getting himself through through the woods there, which are vast. I know the area well. I lived in that area myself for a number of years. So, he has a lot of access to open trails, open woods. So, those pictures that are being gleaned, as you're showing on the screen right now, very likely he's not seeing them in some way.
There, is a university that wasn't too far, from the prison, just outside the perimeter. 2 school districts have completely shut down. How long does that sort of freeze stay in place for all the people in this area? How long do you sort of stop life as we know it?
Yeah, it's exhausting for everybody there, especially the officers, especially for businesses and for families who have residences there. At some point, it just gets to a point of exhaustion. But people have to stay vigilant and report those anomalies that they're seeing. And try their best to maintain, a clear head about this. This won't last long. I feel that they're getting closer and closer. But again, as we learned from Warren County up in Pennsylvania, upstate Pennsylvania in July, that one a couple of weeks. And so usually they'll go a little while longer. He's got the advantage of open woods. So this could go a little longer. But my sense is they're getting very close.
Well, I keep thinking about Dannemora. I think about Eric Rudolph, and I hope that you're right, because those other ones were, endless and deadly. But a couple of people have said they think that burglaries that they experienced at their homes were him. So I'm assuming, and I've only got about 10 seconds left here, but I'm assuming that, your marshals, your law enforcement experts are telling everybody, keep the doors locked, keep hyper vigilant, and report any weapons that you may have found missing from your homes.
Absolutely. Even knives obviously is important. Anything like that being missing, or even change, because they can buy things with small change. Those petty
That McDonald's dollar menu. Let's not forget that.
crimes are important to report because they could lead to him being able to sustain himself with purchasing some small items.
I agree. I mean, this guy, if he has access to these things, he's going to certain things, being able to break into people's houses and whatnot, he's going to be able to get more things so that he can survive a little bit longer. But that apparently we haven't heard anything about any more people getting their houses broken into. So he may have stopped all that. And maybe he's going, hey, I'm going for the long haul. I'm going to take this trek out this way. I'm going west, or I'm going southwest, and I'm going to get as far away from this area as I can, as undetected as I can. But at the same time, there's cops all over the place and all that. So it's very interesting how he's what's going on here. And I'm hoping that there's going to be a quick turnaround, because he needs to get caught. He needs to get caught quickly, okay? But there's some more information, of course, I want to share with you guys, but really, really quick, let me get these super chats in this member chat really quick. Tammy Padilla, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Pascal, first chance I had to tell you, I was a member, but wasn't getting charged. Do you know what's up? Well, really, really quick, maybe just hit that rejoin button, and maybe it might be your credit card, debit card, whatever, that kind of thing. So just make sure if you are still wanting to support the channel and being a family member, hit that join button down below. And then, of course, let's see if it works. It may be just a glitch. I don't know, but I appreciate your support. Okay, Tammy, I do. And this guy hid in the jungle 5 years. Interesting. He's long gone. Jumped the river. Bye. If that's true, if the jungle part is true, then he gonna survive. He gonna be fine. Which is, I don't mean that fine in a good way. I'm just saying he gonna be fine. Like, if he's used to living off of the fat of the land, then this might be his comfort zone, which is very scary to think about. Mega Million, thank you so much for being a member for the past 10 months. Man, congratulations on that. I really do appreciate that so much. So this guy has hidden in the jungle for 5 years prior to prison. Wow. That is absolutely nuck and futz. I'm going to say it now that I am hearing that, because that's news to me too. That's crazy. So he's used to living off the fat of the land and having very little. In a way, he's a miniature survivalist. So this is up his alley doing this. Now, Josie just said he's long gone. I don't know about all that. I don't know. But again, a few snap peas, a few, an apple and a peach. How long can you last off of just that? Especially when you don't have any weapons. Let's just be real. If he only has his bare hands, how is he able to, unless there's things out there in the wilderness like mushrooms and whatnot that he can maybe grab and eat raw? Like, I'm just wondering how he can just survive off of that alone, which is very, very interesting nonetheless. Adventures Inward, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. And just like Adventures Inward, please do yourself a favor. Okay? No, just kidding. But please consider becoming a member, just like Adventures Inward. Okay? Just hit that join button down below if you're watching on YouTube. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Now, him being gone, I don't know. Okay? Him being gone, like him kicking rocks this quick, I don't know. I do not know. But I am quite curious. How long he can last off of just snap peas, a peach, and an apple. Okay. Myself, I couldn't last even half a day with just that. But I'm not used to that kind of stuff. So we'll see if that's actually true or not with him being in the jungle and whatnot. But there's some more information here, guys, that I wanted to share with you guys now. Just a little bit more information about why he was convicted, why he was in prison in the first place. Okay. This is a very dangerous man. It says he attacked his ex-girlfriend 38 times. You know, I got to use these code words, unfortunately, but he attacked his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, I'm sorry, 38 times. Okay, in front of her children, nonetheless. That's crazy, right? Let's take a look at this really quick, okay? So the sister of the ex-girlfriend that lost her life at the hands of this monster spoke out. So, but this is some information that we need to know. So Deborah Brandao, hopefully I'm saying that correct. She was 33 years old. In April of 2021, she lost her life because he attacked her repeatedly in front of her then 7- and 4-year-old kids after she filed a protection for against him the previous year. Now, obviously, we are still looking for him. The law enforcement is still doing their due diligence, but you got to be one sick piece of trash to sit there and go into a home or whatever wherever she lost her life at, attack the mother of these two beautiful children, two young children, right in front of them because she filed a protection order against this monster. Think about that. And now this is the exact same person that's out here in these streets trying to, trying to live. Trying to live off the fat of the land because he thinks he can really get away. Crazy, guys. Tammy, welcome back. Welcome back to the family. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. Okay. But yes, this is some crazy stuff, guys. Now, from what I'm seeing, I'm seeing, I even put it into X because it's not Twitter anymore. But I was looking things up, and it looks like, yep. Let me share this with you guys as well. It is saying, splat out. It is saying right here, for planning purposes only, September 7th, which is today, they'll be providing an update. So Pennsylvania State Police Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens will be providing an update on the search for escaped inmate Danelo Cavalcante. And that is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that will be 2 p.m. Like I said earlier, 2 p.m. Okay. That'll be 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that'll be my time. Okay. So 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a press conference to give people an update on what the hell is going on here. Again, this is a very, very, very dangerous individual. If you are in the Pennsylvania area, I'm going to show you his face again. Please be safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. This is not a nice individual. Okay. This is not a nice guy. He ain't out here for hugs. Okay. He's not a cuddly wuddly bear. This is a very dangerous individual. If you see him, call 911 and get the F away from him as quickly as possible. You'll thank me later. Another thing, though, because this is obviously not what he looks like now, but This is kind of what he looks like in his current look, okay? Decided to go with the living free, longer hair. So he hasn't cut his hair, at least as far as this trail camera footage. This is while he's out here on the lam, y'all. So he still has his wild hair, hasn't cut it. He hasn't shaved. He probably smells really, really bad. He's a short individual with a beer gut. And it looks like he's got a bag and a book bag. Because it looks like it looks as if, and maybe I'm wrong. Let me blow this up for you guys really quick. I don't know. Something tells me that maybe this is just the strap for this bag that he has, this duffel bag that he has, or he's got a book bag. But I could be looking at those shadows a little bit wrong, right? That could be a possibility. But what we know is that he has a duffel bag. He was able to break into a few people's homes and get some sustenance. But no matter what, this is still a very dangerous man who is out here. He is trying to do whatever he can to not get caught. I don't know if this is going to end in a positive way. I hope it does end in a positive way, which means he is just detained. He is brought in and they just lock him up for the rest of his life because that's exactly where he needs to be. But given the fact that he doesn't give a damn, clearly he doesn't give a damn. He's willing to risk it all like this. I don't know if the outcome is going to be a positive one. It may be deadly. And that's still sad, no matter what. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Thank you so much for all the super chats, all you new members. I really do appreciate it. Don't you worry. We will be live. I'm going to be live probably at around 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that'll be 2:30 Eastern Standard Time to hopefully be able to watch this press conference. God willing, if this press conference is being nice, because sometimes Facebook doesn't like me when it comes to watching those press conferences. So we will be watching that very, very soon. Okay. Any updates? Hopefully they caught this mother lover and they're about to lock him up for good. That's what I'm hoping for, because we need this monster off the streets. There's a lot of we got a lot of families, a lot of people out here trying to go to school, trying to get their education on. Shoot, people just trying to get their life on. And he's hindering that. Real talk, he's hindering that. So he needs to get back in prison, exactly where he belongs. Anyway, guys, please do me a favor before you get going. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. React if you're watching on Facebook. That would really mean a lot. I will be back on at 1:30 Central Standard Time to watch this press conference, okay? And if it doesn't work, we'll watch the replay. Don't worry, we will do that as well. But hopefully they got this mother lover, okay? Hit that like button. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, crush that subscribe button. Please and thank you. And if you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button. That'd be greatly appreciated, all right? And it'd be great to have you part of the Pascal Show family on both platforms. Anyway, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. See you guys in a couple hours. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Let's get this guy, right? Let's get him. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.